Alright, welcome back to episode number 1 of Reviving This 350X. I'll give you a rundown of what I'm going to try to get done today and just see where it goes. So here's some of the parts I got. I got a new coil pack. I'll show you why. The old one was some weird aftermarket, would not fit in the stock thing, so it was just stretched super tight, and so I just got a OEM style one. Hopefully it'll work a lot better and won't just stretch out these wires. These wires are just stretched way up here. I didn't like it, so I got a different one. Also, I got these mounts. Show you what they are for. They're tank mounts and seat mounts. As you can see, we're missing the seat mounts right here. And these just slide right on here, just like that. There's 2 for the seat, and the seat just clips right on there. Also 2 for the tank. I bought 2 for those because they're there, but they're super dry rotted and just falling apart. Let me see. I got oil. I'm going to do an oil change. Carb rebuild kit. I'm going to try to get the carb put back together. Carb spray. Also, some fork oil. This won't be in this video. I don't have the seals for this. Seals, these outer dust seals and the inner seals are going to get replaced. Hopefully that'll get them back, stiffen them up. These are not, like, they're not moving right now, as you can tell. So I'm going to rebuild them, put new fork oil in them. I'm going to try to get this cleaned up. I think I'm going to drop the, whatever this is called, the pan off of it, and try to clean it up. As you can see, it's pretty crusty in here. And that's about what I'm going to try to focus on for today. Get it cleaned up, put a few of the parts on I can. I probably won't focus on the carb rebuild. I think there's plenty of them online you can look up. I won't. That might take a while. I haven't necessarily done this kind. I took it apart, but it might take me a while to figure it out, so I won't waste y'all's time just watching me do that. I'll probably do that off camera and just see how far we get. I'll keep you updated though. Well, I ended up trying to clean this thing up, and you can see the front tire looks a lot better. The underneath of it, I pulled the skid plate off. I didn't do a lot. I tried to clean up this engine. Nothing crazy. Still see it's still dirty. I didn't have a pressure washer out, so have to maybe get one of those out and see what I can do. Looks a lot better though from just here. Put the new coil on. Also, seat mounts, tank mount. There's new coil. Hope it works. See what happens. I might end up taking the front forks off. Since I have that rebuild on the way. It's supposed to be here pretty soon, I think. But honestly, I think this episode is going to get cut short because I had some stuff come up that I have to do. I'll probably end up cleaning the carb and putting it together off camera. But I'll put it on, try to get some fuel hooked up, and hopefully see if this thing will run. Probably change the oil while I'm at it. But yeah, I think that'll be about it for this episode. Well, I thought I was going to end the episode off there, but it just seemed pretty short, so I just waited around. Some more parts came in, and I'm going to try to get at least a few more minutes in on this video. So, as you can see, most of the stuff's off the handlebars. These, I don't know if you can tell, but they're pretty crooked. I know that they're just tilted back pretty far, but you can't tell, this side's bent down pretty far. And so I just got a new one. It comes with new handlebars and new grip, because these are just electrical tape wrapped around a dry rotted rubber. And got a new front brake handle. This one, it's not only is it bent, but it's just flopping. I'm not sure if it just needs to be bled. I know it doesn't have any fluid in it. It might have just needed to be bled, but I couldn't get any fluid in there because, I don't know if you can tell, but these bolts are completely stripped. There's no chance I can get it out of there. And I can't even get this off the handlebars to put on the new ones because this bottom bolt is completely stripped. This top one is stripped, but I managed to get it out. And I can't figure it out because it's not that hard to not strip bolts. The bottom of the throttle, bolts, almost stripped. This is not me, by the way. I may have, this one, partially stripped. I may have made this bottom one a little worse, but it was, I could not get it out. And so finally I just gave it one last try, and it did strip a little farther, but it was pretty much completely stripped before. So that's with the handlebars. And one part I did get in is the new tube that goes to the carb. The one that was on the bike was broken, so that's about how it'll sit. I have not got the carb rebuilt. I'm planning to do that and hopefully maybe get it to fire off on some starting fluid. The tank is kind of rusty. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to do electrolysis on it. Basically, you'll probably know what that is. Basically what it is you take a battery charger, hook the negative to the tank, fill it up with water, baking soda, then hook the positive clamp onto a rod and suspend it into the water, not touching any sides of the tank. Basically just crank that thing on and just leave it for a couple hours, and it basically just uses electrolysis. You can look it up what that is if you don't already know, and it just cleans the rust right out of the tank. Pretty much an easy and cheap way to do that. So that's what I'm going to do the tank, and then, but just for now, I'll probably try to get it started on starting fluid once I get the carb rebuilt, and see where it goes from there. Well, got the carb cleaned and hooked up, got our new intake tube on, cleaned up the air box a bit. There's a new air filter, and while I was kicking it over trying to get it started a bit, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get it sparking. And then I was like looking down here, and I see this tangled mess of wires right here, and I was like, what's that? Well, I was looking a little farther, and I thought that this back one, which is completely fine, can't really see it in there, but it's completely fine, was the one for the coil and stuff. Turns out it's this one, and the power wire wasn't even hooked up. It was just sitting here floating. The previous owner said that it ran fine when he parked it. It just had an issue with the fuel, and he couldn't get figured out even though they cleaned the carb. I'm wondering if he had an intermittent spark issue right here with these jumble of wires. So I had some connectors laying around, and I'm gonna put connectors on each side and heat shrink this all together and hopefully get a better connection here, and then I might try starting it up. Alright, I fixed this up. It's not the best job. I might try to clean it up a little bit, get it wrapped up, keep it out of the weather. But I mean, got the coil hooked up and sparking. It's all sparking now. I checked it before I hooked the spark plug up. Got this all hooked up, and I'm gonna hit with some starting fluid and see if it'll start. Alright, well, here goes. Well, it's out of starting fluid. Well, there you go. Fired right up on starting fluid. I'm very hopeful that as soon as I get the gas tank hooked up and the fuel to the carburetor, it'll just run good. Previous owner said that it drove fine, it just had a fueling issue. I don't know if I'm sure about the fueling issue. I've never had fuel through the carburetor, so I don't know how it's going to work. I hope it just works. But as y'all can see, I'd say this is a very exciting episode for me anyways, because I didn't know if this thing was going to run or not, and there it is. It just fired right off. So I think that's going to about wrap up this episode. I'm super excited for the ones to come. Like, subscribe, and follow along for future videos on this thing.